All right, what's going on, guys? All right, bunch of y'all been asking us to do a video of the build and talk about it and who did we partner with. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spend a few minutes just walking through it. So as everybody knows, this is a 411 stroker. It has MMX's 2,000 plus horsepower kit, but we do have a Tom Molinar crank, billet crank. But so basically, this is a Demon Performance intake. Guys, this thing will take north of 2,500 horsepower. Not going to tell everybody the total number, but let's just say it's north of 2,500. But the coil packs, they're from Thitek and Firecore. Firecore is the wires. Guys, Rick is awesome to work with for wires. So just outstanding guy. Thitek, you guys know we're sponsored by Thitek. I would not have any other ECU in my car, guys, because if you guys watch the winner's circle every weekend, guess who wins every weekend? So I know a lot of people talk about, well, there's other companies out there, and I always say, who's winning? And there's really only one company, Thitek. All right, so here we go. Also, I want to go back and say, all right, these are Thitek Bear heads. Okay, outstanding. Reach out to Craig. Tell him, hey, I want what Colby's got. We've got Inconel exhaust, titanium on the intake. We got some extra spring pressure so, valves don't float. And then, guys, we got the Thitek injectors in there. So Nicolas had this intake fixed basically to fit these big monster injectors. So need to mention those two guys. So Motion Raceworks clamps, throttle body, custom snout. We did want to have a front-facing turbo setup. Bill Dailey's dry sump. We'll talk about that more once we jack the car up. Then we've got Prestige Fabrication fuel tank up front. That is AAD Performance crash bar. Look at that, guys. And we also used it for mounting. I'll show y'all that. And then Nicolas Performance put the regulator right there. He ran the return lines, so really clean setup. He didn't move the fuel lines in the back, the main fuel lines. Kept them right here into a Y. Comes underneath the car. We do have a Wellwood manual brake booster. Guys, if it's a racing application, you do not want to mess around with basically the other one, the OEM. So still, we do have a Menscer or water pump, okay? But that's about it. And then the heart of this thing is 76, 75 turbos from Harts. Guys, everybody says that Harts makes more power per millimeter than any other vendor. Okay, so guys, if I'm running 727 at 186, we'll talk more about that later on in another video. But if we're doing this, you can too. If you experiment with another company and you get different equipment and parts, and then you're going to basically be experimenting to see what works for you. But this is what works. Guys, there's a lot of companies I'm not sponsored by, but I don't mind shouting them out, telling everybody how great their products are, okay? So, kind of the inside of the car now. So, we do have Thitek steering wheel. All right, so the big red button is the trans brake. We have a 3-step. Then the green button is the bump box, and I don't know what that red button's for. All the wiring is done by Nicolas Performance. So he's got the car totally wired up. The dash was given to me by Tucker Racing. Travis, thank you very much, bud. And then Prestige Fabrication built us a console for all of our switches. I do have a 7-gallon ice tank, precision shifter, all right? And then over here is the Thitek FT600. It is fantastic. That steering column is from Prestige Fabrication. They fabbed all of that themselves. Kirky seat. I don't know if you guys saw the video yesterday. We are partnered with Holley now. They are one of our sponsors. So Race Equip is one of their brands. Simpson, we run the Simpson helmet and hybrid. So, oh, also fire suppression. Guys, please put a fire suppression in your car. You got to. Don't let your $100,000, $200,000 investment just burn up because you don't have a fire suppression. And also for little bitty fires, have a fire extinguisher, guys. I know it doesn't look great right there, but guess what? I can grab it within a second or two and I'm on it with a fire, okay? But I have a CO2 bottle over here behind my seat. That controls my shifter and my parachutes. And then I've got a firewall back there that keeps everything away from me up top. This cage was reworked by Precision. I do have LED lights, so at night this car gets really dark. So when I need some lights, I'll throw them on. Motion Racework is sending us a new double parachute handle with 2 new cables. So that's coming in. But guys, look at this cage. Man, I'm telling you what, it's beautiful. I do appreciate Clint and those guys over there. But that's it for that. And then kind of the back of the car. Oh yeah, guys, we are running weld wheels, Mickey Thompsons, and then we've got Hoosiers up front. Okay, and then kind of the back of the car. Oh yeah, what do you guys think about this massive wing? I still got to paint these right here. That's no big deal. So that's pretty easy. But look at that wing. That's just a small baby wing. All right, and then inside, this is a 16-volt system. Guys, if you start racing your car, you got to take out your OEM, ECU, and everything. But when you go aftermarket fuel tech, make sure you're on 16 volts. Everything runs better, holds more capacity. Flaming River master disconnect coming out of the back of the car. Yeah, guys, we had to get this whole rewired because, you know, some of these other guys that they don't know how to wire up cars. But Nicholas has got us all hooked up. And then here's our catch tank. So guys, this is just like a catch can, but much bigger. So this takes for our oil, then that's transmission overflow, and then that is the crankcase pressure. I've had some comments, people saying, why you got a Gatorade bottle? Well, this is when I need to drain this at the track. I just go up underneath the car and drain it into this Gatorade bottle. But pretty simple setup back here. And then, as I said yesterday in that video, we do have Simpson Racing, Holley. They're gonna be sending us a double parachute, guys. And these things are beautiful, okay? So I'll be installing those, unpacking, doing a great video on them. So, and then, let's get up underneath the car. It's not too bad, is it? And yes, the car fits in the garage. So it totally fits into the garage. I do take off the front bumper though, just to give me some more space up front. But pretty slick. Can't complain, guys. Yes, I do have other projects on the workbench we're gonna be getting to. So let's get up underneath the car. All right, here we are underneath the car. Like I said, guys, Harts 76, 75s, best turbos on the market per millimeter. Nobody can beat them, guys. Then we've got the Flaming River, it's not rack and pinion, just call it manual steering. So, and then this is something I want to talk about. I've had people question about this. Hey guys, with this setup with a dry sump, don't put your oil filter right here. Don't put it in on the front of the car. This is not a smart setup. It should be up top, and it should be a racing filter to where you can see into the filter. I'll put a link in the description of what we should have. But this is Bill Dailey's dry sump. So just think about, this is a scavenger line, and then underneath the car, you're gonna have all these lines that are basically gonna be pulling from this oil pan. So guys, look how shallow this oil pan is. So basically it just pulls the oil, puts it back up in that reservoir up top in the engine bay, and that's the setup. But like I said, you wanna take this and you want to put it up in front, like off the where the horns are at, or some placement up there. All right, we do have Aeromotive 25 gallon per minute pump. Guys, this is awesome. I mean, this thing is a beast. So 25 gallons per minute. And then I want to talk about, people have sent me DMs about these turbos and the placement. What do I mean? Guys, the turbos need to be facing down the track. So this needs to be turned to where it gets fresh air. But right now, these two turbos are facing each other. And this creates a vortex right in here, and it actually crushed my bumper in. This is not a smart placement. Prestige Fabrication will fix this, okay? And then AAD crash bar, and look how we mounted the gas tank to it. So, pretty slick, huh? So I love it. Just a little racing radiator and stuff to keep water flowing through the engine block and the heads and everything. But pretty quick. And then this is our tow hook that we've got for the car. That's about it underneath here. And then over here, need to say we've got Menscer Coilovers. This is our ride height sensors from Thitek. Let you guys see that. So basically the ride height, if the front end comes up too much, then the car will cut power if we want it to. We have it disabled, but we can basically tell it to do whatever we want it to do. But Menscer, guys, I wouldn't run anything else. We're not sponsored by those guys, but I want to tell you guys about great products. So let's all talk about steering columns. A lot of people have been doing the Flaming River steering column, but if you don't put basically a brace right here, a Heim joint, this thing is just moving all around. But what Prestige Fabrication is, they took this out, made a chromoly bar all the way down here. Guys, this thing does not even hardly move, okay? These headers, guys, Prestige Fabrication is going to fix it. I know some people have commented about the headers and, you know, they look like they were welded by an 8th grader, but we're going to get that fixed, guys. But these are the EGTs, basically measuring the heat coming out of the heads. So, and then got a Neil Chance big bore converter. Thank you, Marty, for designing that. And then we got Carl Rossler Transmissions. Guys, I'm not sponsored by either one of these companies, but fantastic setup. Couldn't say anything, you know, better about them. I mean, they're amazing companies. And let's see, who else am I missing here? And then just, oh yes, PST Driveshaft, carbon fiber. I know there's been a bunch of people talking about, well, you know, big racing applications, you can't have carbon fiber, but I'm here to tell you, you can, guys. We're pushing over 2,500 horsepower, and it is outstanding, okay? We do have 2 race coolers. I'm not going to butcher this company's name, but it's called, okay, Dailey. Okay, this one is for the oil, and that one is, excuse me, that's for the oil, and this is for the transmission. So we've got coolers for both. I am running an IMS differential, okay? So guys, Devin over at IMS is fantastic. He has helped us out. He is one of our sponsors, but best differential that you can get on the market, okay? We are running G-Force Renegade axles. I know, guys, you know, how can we be cutting 114 60 foots on a 4,200 pound car? Well, it's because of G-Force, okay? So yes, I'm running the same axles as you are, all right? All AAD, you know, can't, you know, say anything better about Parker over at AAD, but we're full AADs, and look how they lock down. Okay, guys, the competitors actually have what's up here up front, okay? They're literally just screwing in and trying to make sure that this screw joint right here keeps your alignment. That's just a bolt and threaded rod, all right? Guys, when you're racing these cars and you're putting good power down, guys, look at this. It locks it down. They're all shimmed. So, I mean, guys, if we're using them, okay? I know there's some people going to ask me about these white marks and stuff like that. These are just for bolt placements or nuts. I want to make sure that they don't turn, they don't move. All right, but guys, we're all AAD. This hose is for basically it's just the relief of the crankcase pressure. And then here's our, just our relief from that big old catch tank up top. But besides that, it's just a normal car underneath here, guys. Just a simple car. And like I said, we only work with the very best companies. So if we're doing it, we're cutting 114 60 foots, we're putting down over 2,500 horsepower. We've shown you guys 2256 to the wheel. I don't know, guys. This is what's working. So if you try any other vendors, any other parts, then you get to experiment if they're going to work or not. But if you want to have something that works and that is proven, we're already putting the power down, guys. We are putting the power down. So I do appreciate everybody watching. Please put your questions, comments, like, share the video. Thank you very much, guys. But you guys have seen the garage and everything. Yes, it's summertime, so I have my lawnmower and, spreader and all in here. But, like I said, we only partner with the very best companies, guys. All right. Thanks, everybody. Everybody have a great day.